mercenaries. Let's go... This is clockwise. Around the area. This imposing half-orc barbarian wears the colors of the Uthgard Red Tiger tribe. There is something honorable in his gaze that sets him apart from the others of his race.
Greetings. I see you are not yet infected by the plague that ravages Neverwinter. Among such suffering and misery, we who are not yet afflicted must be grateful for our health.
Who are you? I am Dalen Red Tiger of the Uthgard tribes of the frozen north. But it has been over a year since I left my people and came to Neverwinter. Now I earn my living as a blade for hire. You're quite well spoken for a half-orc. My father was an orc, and the blood of his inhuman race is in my veins. But I was raised by my mother among the tribes of Uthgard. I'm sorry, I don't know much about the Uthgard tribes. There are some in the city who call my people savages and barbarians, but they know nothing of the Uthgard. We are great warriors and hunters, following the herds and living off the land. My tribe is noble, but small. Among them, there was little chance for a young warrior to prove himself, or earn a wife. But I am young and strong, and my people are renowned for their skill in battle. Here in Neverwinter, I found work on the docks as a guard for the cargo and shipments being transported. Then what happened? Although I think the answer is fairly obvious. The coming of the plague changed everything. The quarantine halted all incoming and or outgoing ships. There was no work and no money. I should have left the docks then. Many of the dock workers were afflicted, men I had come to know as friends. I stayed to ease their suffering, but in the end I could do nothing to save them from the wailing death. With my friends dead, there was no reason to stay in the docks. Not with things getting worse. Now I earn a living with my axe as a freelance mercenary. What did you mean about the docks getting worse? The quarantine trapped the ships in port, swelling the number of pirates and other criminals in the district, men with no honor. And with the city guard focused on the plague, these evil men have seized control of the docks. An Uthgard warrior knows no fear, but I will not dishonor my tribe. I refuse to serve these men. I will not become a common thug or murderer. Anything else you can tell me about the docks? Before I left, I heard talk in the district of an auction to be held at Jim Seedy's tavern. Something besides the usual stolen merchandise, illegal goods, and helpless slaves sold at his filthy den of sin. The word spread quickly on the street. Perhaps I could have learned more before I left, but I had no interest in such transactions. I'm a warrior, not a smuggler. There's little else I can tell you about the docks, but I know the district is dangerous. If you intend to go there, you would be wise to take along a hired blade. Again, I'll keep you in mind and keep looking. As you wish, sir. As you wish, sir. Come back if you ever wish to hire a warrior of great skill and honor. And in here... Hello there. With her haughty gaze and challenging posture, this beautiful young bard almost dares people not to notice her.
Who's this? Some poor soul straggling in off the diseased streets? Are you here to join our ranks and beg for an employer? Or are you actually here to hire someone?
Who are you? My name is Sherwood, and I call this city my home. I seek adventure and excitement. If you seek the same, you'd be smart to hire me to accompany you. And if I don't seek adventure and excitement, what is it to be then? Duty and honor, power and riches? Somehow I doubt it matters, as I'm willing to bet you'll find adventure and excitement along your path, regardless of whether or not you seek them. I am a caster of bardic magic. A master of all skills and a teller of the oldest tales. And with or without your help, I intend to achieve my own fame in my time. One day bards will sing their songs about me. I suppose such talk may make me seem arrogant to you, my lord. If so, I don't particularly care. I've known the path I was on for a long time. I left behind a life of riches to live the life of a bard. You left behind a life of riches? If my own family had had its way, I would be by now. But I can't talk. I would be by now comfortably married to a wealthy man I could never respect, bored to tears in my large Black Lake District mansion. How odd a game the fates play. My family lies mostly dead now, and Black Lake is full of frightened fools who bury their heads in the sand and pretend the plague won't touch them. What do you know about the Black Lake District? Plenty. It is full near bursting with rich, frightened nobles who would rather wall off the district from everyone else and pretend the rest of the city doesn't exist than actually try to help. There are those within the district who are trying to rally the rich to aid the rest of the city, but their cries mostly fall on deaf ears. One day the plague will come to them in force, and they shall regret their selfishness. I'm tempted to make a comment about the 1%, which I think I'll leave it at that. Anything else you can tell me about Black Lake? Is there much else to say? Or to tell? It is perhaps the one place in this city that remains yet orderly and plague-free, although getting inside its walls may be a bit of a problem. There are some elements of seediness, perhaps. Every place you find the rich, you'll find places where they can indulge their strangest tastes. I understand the local tavern's basement has its distractions. One thing I know for sure, if you intend to get anywhere in Black Lake, you'd best rely on charm rather than muscle. Or maybe bring a companion who knows the terrain. I'll keep shopping. Have I scared you off already? Oh well. Do come back once you grow yourself a backbone, my lord. She's actually the one I've chosen because she has a bit of a better attitude. I've played in the past as a paladin as well, and she was the one I chose because of her ability to pick locks and the lack of the seediness of the halfling. Grimna. Something unsettling about this Dwarven Monk. His eyes are cold and empty, and there is a stillness about him that seems almost unnatural. Monks. Why are you going around to that side? That seemed rather pointless.
I know you. You were at the academy during the slaughter of the students. You were there when the assassins came.
Who are you? How do you know about the academy? I am Grimna, a monk of the Order of the Long Death. The grisly account of the academy is no great secret, Darius. Not to those who seek such things out. Tell me, as you stood amidst the blood-soaked corpses of your fellow students, did you gaze upon the face of death? Did you look into his cold eyes and feel his icy touch upon your soul? You seem a little bit creepy, but I'm not going to say that. You know what? I will. You seem a little bit creepy, Grimnaw. Many find the members of my order unsettling, for we embrace death in all its incarnations. Yet, in times like these, my skills are in great demand. What kind of skills does a monk of the Order of the Long Death possess? Sorry about that. I am a disciple of torment, and a messenger of death, the Silent Lord. I bring the absolution of pain and anguish to my enemies, to prepare them for a brutal and purifying end. In In truth, my skills are not so different from any soldier or hired blade, though I embrace the beauty and perfection of my enemy's death with a zeal others often lack. What's a monk with a long death order doing in Neverwinter? There is a foul taint upon this city. Death, true permanent death, is perfect in its absolute finality. Pain, suffering, anguish, torture. These are the tools that prepare us for my master's soothing embrace. But this plague is unnatural. Its victims never pass to embrace of the silent Lord. This wailing death is a blight upon the world that must be ended. So far, I have uncovered no answers on my own that might help end this epidemic, though I am eager to search the beggar's nest. What's in the beggar's nest? I have heard rumors that in the blighted district, zombies walk the streets. Few things are so reviled by my order as the abomination of the undead. It would be reasonable to imagine there is some connection between the undead and the unnatural end of those who succumb to the wailing death. Why haven't you investigated the beggar's nest yourself? Alone, I am not likely to survive the dangers of the district, and throwing my life away is a foolish way to serve the silent Lord. My death will come in its appointed time. You are welcome to return, should you have need of my skills, Darius. If not, we shall meet again at our final end, when the silent Lord claims us all. Indeed. I believe he's classified as lawful evil.